ahead, Ring. Do your thing.
Oh, you want me to do it again this week?
You put that down?
It was phenomenal.
Appreciate it.
Woo! We back. Another week, another episode of the Clap. Yeah.
The clap? Whoa, brother.
Klaptrap.
Yeah,
For
clarify
sure.
that.
Listen, those who've been viewing and listening recently, y'all, when I say what I just said, y'all know what that means.
Hey, man, they might be new to the show, man.
So, if you're new to the show, the Clap is the Klaptrap. That's the name of the show.
It ain't extended version.
It ain't none of that weird stuff going on out here. But yeah, we back for another episode.
No free promo.
No, we got our guy that was wasn't here last week. We got Leo. We got him. He back this week for another episode. Then again, the usual suspects. You got me, K Double. Got Mark.
K Double.
And we got Doc.
What up, though?
Yeah. So yeah, man. Another week in the books. You know, everybody had a rough week. You know, a little tragic news last night.
Dang.
Music industry with Nip passing. So, you know, a lot going on recently. So, you know, we back at it again. Get our thoughts, vent, get things off our chest this week. So,
What's the conspiracy surrounding that? I'm hearing a lot. We were talking about conspiracies last week. I want to hear about this crazy shit. I don't know, cause I don't really fuck with social media like that.
I'm not trying to die. That's the thing. I don't want to like publicize it because we might be next.
Well, see, it's a lot of people. You got some people that think it was a conspiracy, and then you have some people who think it wasn't a conspiracy. I mean,
but I'm saying, what is the conspiracy? Like what are they saying?
Yeah,
happened. Like what are they saying? Why what are they reason for why?
The documentary on Dr. CB that's supposed to be back in.
So they think that pharmaceutical companies put out a hit on them.
Pharmaceuticals or the government.
Yeah, I think it's more so government. You taking money out of the state.
Because Dr.
Wouldn't that be more pharmaceutical companies wanting they bread?
It kind of like hand in hand though. Like who own them? The pharmaceutical companies.
You think the government owns the pharmaceutical companies?
No, but they can control what happens when it comes to that type of revenue that they receive. Like,
so they. But what are they saying happened? Why?
A lot of people think it's a conspiracy
because of Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi.
Wanting everybody.
Because he's so-called, he had the cure for HIV, and then he died mysteriously. And now he was about to put out what Dr. Sebi had found, and now he was gunned down. So.
And then you gotta look at it like this: what would that expose? That's just one topic. It's just one topic. And it's like, what else they lying about? You know, they don't want to open the book to something else. You know, they gotta control.
But I mean, by them. All right. So basically, the conspiracy is they killed him to stop the documentary.
Send a message. I say to send a message.
Message saying what? A message to do what? To stop the documentary? So they don't care if the documentary come out.
I don't think they really do care, but he's a voice.
So the conspiracy is just.
I guess Nip
trash.
Nip had an influence on certain people, and you know, the adage is that whenever we start to get empowered, or like we was talking about on Friday, better yet, they want to see us angry. They know something like that, see us angry. But you don't know, nobody really knows nothing, none of the facts to the story. None of that's out yet. So, because if you ask any conspiracy person, we're going to say that the media is going to flip it. They're going to try to make it seem gang related. That's how they're going to try to make it seem, because that's his past life. So, obviously, that's what they're going to probably, that's the picture they're going to probably try to paint, more than likely. But,
because that would be stupid. That would be stupid to kill Nipsey Hussle thinking that. I mean, it's a dumb conspiracy. I'm gonna kill Nipsey Hussle to stop a documentary from coming out.
But I think a key point was made is basically it's a certain type of people they want to block this information from.
But like I was telling K Double off air, you don't stop Family Feud by killing Steve Harvey.
Yeah, it's gonna go on with or without him.
Nipsey Hussle wasn't a one-man show. He wasn't going to run around and shoot the documentary by himself. And he most likely probably just been a host.
But he's the voice, and he was probably the financial backing behind it. So.
But think about what happens now. It's all this controversy because of this conspiracy around this documentary. There's no way that the documentary doesn't come out now. Think about how much money you can make now by saying, "Oh, this is the documentary." Well, even if it wasn't finished, somebody gonna finish it and put it out and say, "This is the documentary that Nipsey Hussle was working. This is what they didn't want you to see."
Is it the contaminated copy? Or is it the original copy? Is it a copy that's monetized?
There's a lot that goes on with that. Nobody will never know the truth. No,
I mean, it gotta be monetized. Why wouldn't it be? Why would? I don't think it was gonna be free originally.
True. I mean, just like African American history in schools, it's regulated. They're not allowed to teach certain things.
Curriculum. But
I think that the teachers don't know certain things either.
It all depends.
People think they know the truth. Same thing we talking about last episode. People watch Roots and think that's what really happened.
True, but I mean, my African American studies teacher at Temple University, he was actually in the midst of it. He been beat by cops. He was on newspaper covers, and he straight up told us, like, look, I want to give y'all the world, but this is what they telling me that I have to teach y'all. I can't go into detail. If y'all want the details, meet me after class.
Yeah, I had a teacher like that in middle school.
That was college.
College.
Yeah. He wasn't tenured then, because if you tenured, you could say whatever you want, and they can't fire you.
I had a teacher like that in middle school, ironically enough, in middle school, who went off the curriculum. I don't want to put her name out there, but she's a professor at Cheney now, Cheney University. And she went off the curriculum to teach us about African American history and social studies class. And it was completely off script. And like I said, I don't want to put her name out there. I mean, there's water under the bridge now, though. But I appreciate her for knowing that, because half of the stuff I know now.
I had this teacher in middle school that I don't know why she even bring this up, but we was in middle school, and I don't even know how it came to. She was like an older Jewish lady, and she was, I don't know what we was talking about, but she told us that if this had nothing to do with African American studies or nothing, but she told us that if a girl have a baby, it's going to be the same color as the dad. That's how you know. That's how you know if like if a white and a black, which is I don't think is 100% the right, what it is.
That's like an old watch that was they always say,
like
whatever the ethnicity of the father is what
the baby gonna
more
come
likely
out.
Not looking like, but that's what they claim the baby.
Depends on your
genes.
Yeah.
Because I for sure was watching Maury like, let me see that baby. That baby ain't his baby.
There's plenty of guys out there that don't got strong genes, and you come out like your mom. So
right, my dad dark skin.
Regardless, I mean, but most sons tend to look like their moms. That's not the case all the time, but most sons, I would say, look like their moms, and most daughters look like their dads. But that's not the case all the time.
Yeah,
everybody know that. But it's always scary when you see a girl and you meet her father. And then you see she looks just like you, like, yo, that's crazy. I get away from you, boy. Like,
oh shit. So what y'all want to get into?
That's classic.
Niggas just looked around like, huh?
What y'all niggas want to get into, man?
Niggas said they had a lot to talk about.
That's how K Double came down the steps. Like, yo, we got a lot to talk about this week. Because it seems like y'all motherfuckers don't really want to talk about the Nipsey shit. That shit was insane when I heard that shit happen, though.
I'm gonna say y'all. What do you mean y'all don't want to talk about it? I don't mind talking about it. I mean, Doc don't want to talk about it.
Doc don't want to talk about it.
I just said I'm not getting into the whole conspiracy shit.
You ain't getting into it,
I don't know the truth in it. I don't know what was in his personal life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know who was following who. At the end
of the day, we'll never know the truth.
Yeah, for sure. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the whole Tupac shit. The conspiracy. They finally wrapped that up, but now we know that Suge made eye contact with the motherfuckers as they was shooting into the car. So he always knew who it was.
When did they come out with that information?
Oh yeah, that shit came out. It was what the fuck is his name? The boy, I don't know his real name, but his gangster name was Baby Lane. And they shot him on the strip. But his uncle was in the car, and his uncle ended up. They caught his uncle on some charges, and he was like, "Yo, if you gonna tell us what happened, what happened to Tupac, we gonna press charges up against you." Everybody was dead when he told. So
I found it funny how they always found out the information after the fact of the matter, because
Nobody was helping. Nobody was telling. Everybody knew who it was. Everybody already knew who it was, but nobody.
Yeah, but we had
telling.
no proof or evidence or nothing like that. Everybody always suspected Suge had something to do with it.
That's another conspiracy. That's my point. There's a lot of conspiracies around it.
Yeah, but that's almost like the OJ thing. It's like he in jail for is Suge booked for his life? Yeah, life bed. Yeah. So it's like
it's not life, but he probably going for his age. He probably being for life.
The fact is, he finally got locked up for something that ain't even had nothing to do with it. Just like OJ, they finally got him on. His own stuff. Like he got caught after the fact of the man, and they hung him on something that. So it's the same thing with Suge.
Oh, but Suge still killed a nigga. He ran a nigga over the car. Yeah. So it's like, and it wasn't like, it was some dumb shit like robbery or something. Like, all OJ did was rob a nigga. Yeah. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? He just went in there with the schwammy like, yo, I need my shit back.
That's exactly what happened to him. They got him on that though. He threw the book at him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They want the max. Give him the max. We know what he did back in the day.
Now he right back out there in the streets with the white bitches, dog. He ain't even learned his lessons. I see the picture like 2 days after he got out. Whole pile of snow.
But the fucked up thing you talking about, he ain't learned this, and these white bitches ain't learned their lesson.
They don't care.
Well, they know not to do what Nicole did. Like she
just be loyal.
She brought the bull back to the crib. Like they should have went and got a telly. And when OJ came in and saw her, like, hold up, this ain't going down at my house. Like, if you gonna do it, at least respect me enough to do it at his house or go somewhere else. Oh, shit. And they both had to go.
What was y'all doing in that situation? You go home and your lady shacked up.
She in the anger of the moment, I mean, your emotions is flowing. You don't know what you gonna do.
I know everybody want to play it like a G. Like, oh yeah, really?
I mean, you was the one saying you was gonna go beat the ball up. On the first episode, that if you call him, like you said,
the episode never aired. Reem, thank you.
He changed his stance.
The episode never aired.
No,
but, you talking like what would you do?
Me, like I don't know, like I have a whole Denzel moment. Like I be silent. I look at her, I walk away. I don't know.
You think everybody want to be a G when?
That's
everybody
cool.
want to be a
That's
G.
Cool. Do you, baby? Be blessed, beloved. No, man.
I think I'll probably be like, I mean, what you gonna get out of fighting them ball? Even if you did know.
But it's just like you say, out of anger, what would you, like, it's in your house? What would you do?
So I'm not a real temperamental person, so I can suppress my anger, I think. I have to sit
Now I'm telling you probably hear it from when you come in the door, like, oh, shit.
That's true. No,
but if he did, but
that'll make you cry.
No,
if it's cry,
you can't hear the cheeks getting clapped. That's out of pocket.
If you hear the cheeks getting clapped, that's a whole different story. If you just walk in, you can catch your legs up in the air. I'm gonna just stand right at the doorway eating my gummy snacks, and I'm gonna just look like, yeah, for real. That's how you feel, huh?
No, I don't know.
It depends where you at in your relationship. Like, if you think everything all good.
Let's just take where OJ was at. They was married. They was still married. I don't know if they was separated, but they was still married, so.
But that's what I'm saying. If you think everything all good and this shit go down, you're going to be in a different place from when you be like, oh, no. You know, like you said, we've been separated or we've been having problems and it might be a little different. Or I don't give a fuck about it no more.
So, time out, Reem, you giving OJ a pass?
What, for doing what you did?
Yeah. Allegedly. We don't know if OJ did it.
I mean. Come on, man.
Well, he didn't do it. He got off.
So I guess this is
he didn't do it.
So I guess this would be the exception and people getting off on things, huh? Oh, because
what you mean?
Because the judicial system say he didn't do it. That mean he ain't do it.
He ain't do it.
I mean, what if the roles were switched?
That's how that works.
You know? Would it be legitimate?
What'd you say?
Would they justify it if she did it?
If she killed him?
You think if she killed OJ, you think, and she got off? You think it would be justified?
I think the reason why OJ got off is because everything that was happening around that time, and the black people in the jury just wanted to win.
That's what happened.
So they were just like, no matter what happened.
So what you saying? OJ did do it or didn't do it?
What
if he
did do it? Everybody
what
know
if he
OJ
did
do
it,
it.
dog?
He didn't do it.
He did that shit. Everybody know OJ did it. They got off on a like you said, 2 technicalities. That Rodney King stuff went on a few years prior to that. So they felt like the jurors felt that we didn't get a fair shake, so that was letting OJ get off on that.
Mm-hmm.
Second,
If
that
you
damn
beat the
glove.
case,
So because
why
the
the
glove
glove
don't fit.
Why it ain't fit, man?
So just because the glove don't fit don't mean you ain't gonna wear it. that's the most idiotic defense, but it worked. Like, but I don't think it would have worked if it wasn't for the jury. That's what I'm saying. Like, but OJ got off because of everything else that was going on.
Would you believe it if OJ really didn't do it? Like if they got a documentary that comes.
I'm not really familiar with the case. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't watched John Travolta.
So you saying if he didn't do it,
If he really
would it be
didn't do
surprising? To me, it would be, because I think he did it. I think he did it.
You think Ray Caruth did it?
You think Bill Cosby did it?
Damn.
That's what they did.
Who done it?
That's what they did.
Who done it?
See, the only thing I think Bill's is guilty of is cheating on his wife. That's it.
I agree with you.
That's all I think.
I agree
He
with
should have just stayed with Camille, but he was having fun out here, so he put himself in that situation, so to speak. So.
But all of this stuff didn't uprise until he was getting raided by NBC.
Yeah.
Them chicks was weak too, man. Damn.
Yeah, the junk that finally hung him, the junk, she like a dog. She like a golden retriever.
Shit, Cosby might have been. He might have been on his own shit. He know what the fuck he was.
That's what people were saying. Like, yo, she drugged him the way she looked.
Right, he was just trying to catch her body. That's it.
I mean, she looked a little okay back in the day, but now, yeah, she's like a golden retriever. I don't know what.
She probably was a butterhead back in the day. She probably had a wagon.
Damn, Cos.
They get worse as they get older, though. That's what happens, and she is tore up now.
But that's what I'm saying. The time it happened, she probably was dragging something around.
So quick curveball. So what exactly did R. Kelly do to be convicted now?
You think he did it?
We know Kel's did. Yeah, I mean Kel's sick, so
Yeah,
he's sick.
But why wait till now? Like why do you think they wait until now?
It's the same thing with all the cases, though. Same thing with Cosby. Like,
was he getting ready to sign a certain deal or something like that? He was getting ready to hit a certain
I still,
platform?
all right. So I'm a conspiracy theorist, right?
Well, let's
I
get it
don't
on.
like when people always gotta say, "Oh, well, he was about to do this. That's why." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's like a tired narrative.
R. Kelly wasn't doing shit but putting out them freak ass songs. Like, that nigga wasn't making no moves and no shit like that for him to get caught up. He got caught up because he was doing nut shit for too long, and then it finally come back and bit him in the ass. That definitely. That nigga over here
Yeah, because-
Dubai talk about, do you got your passport?
Oh yeah, with the Ethiopians.
that
Yeah.
shit, dog.
When you come back to America with
Like, come on, dog.
Yo, did y'all hear that though? Did y'all hear it?
Nah.
I'm playing for y'all.
That nigga over there singing, asking the chicks if they got their papers, if they try to come back to the States. He out of pocket, man.
Have you been tested? He was out of pocket with it, yo. Man, Africa, he's like Ethiopia.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. You trying to pick up a
Do you
shorty
want
on
to
the
go back
Yeah, like on the stage though. He was literally on the stage.
to
singing.
America?
Ain't nothing wrong with
What
that,
he
though.
said.
That's how Birdman got caught up. All the motherfuckers trying to bring the shorties up on stage.
Ain't nothing wrong with bringing, but he's trying to. That's basically human trafficking. What he was trying to do on the stage.
They got their passport. How does human trafficking? Come on.
America did it, right?
Oh yeah.
Who?
America.
Yeah, but R. Kelly can't do
You
it.
trying to get back to that?
Yeah, America can do it.
You trying to segue to the last episode?
Yeah. America can do it. R. Kelly can't do it. No, sir.
I mean, I think it's legitimate. Get in where you fit in.
Yeah, no, but
So if a woman was upstage, if a woman was on stage, say if she gets your passport, coming back to America with me, everybody be like, oh yeah, that's cool.
oh yeah, you already know it's double standards when it comes to that.
Like Jill Scott.
Oh, with the microphone.
You know what I mean?
But she wasn't asking people to come back.
Yeah.
She wasn't asking people to come
She
back.
asked me. I looked at the video. I wanted to get on stage myself.
Oh yeah, Joe, the homie.
Edit that out.
Damn, I lost it.
Nah, man, ain't no more edits, man.
He said no more.
Ain't no more edits. We ran out of
That's
edits,
what I
man.
you out, man.
We
Oh,
ran out of
man.
edits in the first 3 episodes, man. It's over.
Yeah,
No more edits.
That's Mark trying to set people up, man. He got the power to do it, but he don't want to do
Oh,
it.
what happened? I ain't added nothing in the first 3 episodes.
No, what he said
Everything I
is
did.
he ain't gonna do no more. So he's gonna let him crash and burn. He's gonna let Leo crash and burn.
He's talking about Jill Scott.
He said edit it out.
Edit it out.
Fuck that, man. All right.
He
Yeah.
said,
All right, so we ain't gonna edit this out. You said you got something to get off your chest, good brother. What's up?
All right, this is what I want to talk
Yeah, look, he jumped right into it.
All right.
I like it.
I I've been waiting to talk about this for a very long time now.
The serious face.
No, I'm just. We're talking a lot about stigma and these conspiracies. What about the conspiracy of the male versus the female? Like, what's justifiable, what's not? So when it comes to the cheating world, let's say cheating world. Let's put it out there like that. It's looked upon as men ain't ish, and we dogs, right? That's what it's looked upon as. But what about the woman? Where does the woman sit in this category? All right, you take a situation like this. All right, you got a chick. Niggas is gonna be in her DM regardless, and that's justifiable because she say, I ain't paying no attention to him. I ain't reply back. I ain't saying nothing. But niggas is in your DM. You don't stop them. You don't rectify the situation, and just say I come across it. I see it. I see you talking mad disrespectful.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
No,
go ahead, go off your chest.
And so if I confront you with it, and I'm like, yo, I'm not really cool with that. All right, I'm gonna change, and it don't change. Let's say 4 years, it doesn't change. The same exact thing. So I decide, okay, let's even the playing field.
4 years of that, why you stay?
Because I wanted to work.
Okay.
You know, I believe it's gonna work. I still believe it's gonna work, but I decide, okay, I'm gonna start popping fly. I'm gonna start saying some fly stuff. I just so happen to get caught up on some a random joint that ain't got no relevance to anything, but I'm just popping fly, and you try to justify your case with that. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all, because how do you feel as men sliding in people's DMs? What are y'all views on that? Being in a committed situation and you sliding in somebody's DM.
If the guy's committed, sliding in the female DM?
That sound like trouble.
Like trying back? Like
just popping fly, just talking shit.
So flirting, basically. Just seeing where you can go with it.
Being as though that they get it on a daily basis. Yeah. Whether they decide to comply or not. And then whether they decide to, I'm not even going to say what exactly happened, but whether they decide to reply back or not, they get it on a daily basis. And that's more so of a reassurance for them. Like, people need to be reassured. Like,
can you blame her from dude sliding her DM?
No, but I can blame her for the response. But
well, yeah, see, that's two separate things. So if you the guy and you're initiating the contact and you're in a committed situation, then obviously I would say that you're in the wrong. But in her situation, she had no control over guys in her bed, but she said she had control of response. I don't know what that response was. But she's entertaining it.
So was it the type of response or the fact that she just even responded?
It's the active effort of maintaining, because this is not the first thing.
Like letting them know, like, yo, I gotta do. I'm in a happy relationship. Yo, leave me alone. If she just let it slide and not reply, I wouldn't get mad at me personally. I wouldn't get mad at that neither. But if she's entertaining, loud boy, stop something like that, go ahead. Like, she just not really she just being dismissive of it, like being naive and gullible. Then yeah, that's a whole conversation.
But this is the thing, unless you're married, even men gonna do it. Like, you gonna leave the door open. So if it's somebody that you not interested in, even if you was single, it don't matter. But if it's somebody you will possibly talk to if you single and they slide in your DM, you might not be on some rude shit, like, you know what I'm saying, because you want to be cordial or whatever. You know what I mean, just in case you want to keep the door open, you ever be single again, like, oh no, I remember you played me in the DM, shit like that. Not saying that's what the situation is, but a lot of people are like that. Like, a lot of people ain't just necessarily just going to either ignore somebody off the rip because they not that type of person, or they not just going to be like outright just like mean to somebody, like, no, fuck out of here, I got a dude, or some shit like that. So, I mean, I feel like most people not going to go that route anyway, even if they reply and it's on some regular shit. And, like, you could tell when you go at a chick and she ain't really entertaining it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, most niggas going to get the hint. They might keep shooting. But, I mean, if it's all resulting in the same thing as nothing happening, then I don't really see a difference in it.
Right, and that's my main argument. Like, what's the real difference? Rather it be me aimlessly sending a message, or you replying to some shit.
Is you sending a message just to get back at her?
No, it's just more so of a self-fulfillment. Like me, I got a lot of insecurities. You know, am I enough? You know, and sometimes we seek for that reassurance. So you got certain people that you might, I'm gonna spit some fly stuff just to see if I still got it, just to feel like, oh yeah, I'm still the man.
Right.
But you might not feel. I don't feel like the man. Clearly, I don't feel like the man. So to supplement is that. And her, she may not feel like she's beautiful. She may not feel like she's wanted and attractive in her personal endeavors. So that's why she might interact in that way. But I'm just saying, what is the difference? Like, what's the real difference?
Well, to me, it's like if you the one sliding in the DM, I mean, it's like I said, it's depending on what's being said.
Period. But we know that it's a double standard too. Like when it comes to,
I don't think it's a double standard if you don't want to initiate. Like if you hopping in the DM initiating, in order for be the even playing field, the girl gotta hop in the DM and initiate also.
But how often does a woman pursue?
A woman almost, I don't want to say never, but it's very rare.
For the most part, it's never.
Yeah, like
they can want.
I'm glad you said that. Because I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. And I was saying what I said. I said most women, they scared to shoot their shot, so they got to settle for the niggas that like them. Because they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't typically approach niggas, or they feel like, I mean, the niggas should approach them.
They want to be chased.
Yeah. So, like, for a lot of women, like, you can't really complain about the situations that you end up in when you basically letting the shit come to you.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they pay hard to get on top of that, so.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean, if you're not going to go out and get what you want, like, say if it's a guy there and you actually like him, what if he, like, I mean, what if he chilling or he not paying attention to you? Maybe the game on or something like that, and maybe you find him attractive or whatever, and maybe he's just not paying attention to you. You just going to be like, oh, well, if he don't, I mean, if he don't notice me, then it wasn't meant to be. Like, so, like, that's why I feel like a lot of women end up settling, because you're not going out to get what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want that guy, then, I mean, you ain't even got to.
Some of them be scared to scare the guy off, because people, they do get, go ahead, yo.
Well, yeah, you stopped in the middle of a statement, so, but,
you definitely, that's a valid point. Like, if a woman is not pursuing at all because they feel like the guy should come to them, they're definitely gonna settle for that lane.
Yeah, you gonna have to. And then, like, I mean, you in a situation that end up don't working out is pretty much not saying it's your fault, but like, yeah, I mean, you allowed the guy to choose you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have thought whatever, like, oh yeah, he's this, he fit the criteria, I want to talk to him. But like, maybe if you actually step outside your box and pursue something that you want, you might end up in a situation that's favorable to you.
Now, at the same time, the woman can say yes and no. Like, if that lame dude comes on there, she don't know at the time if he's lame. Right. But she can say yes and no. Like, I don't want to.
Like, my bad. Like I was trying to say before, the camera drone ran out. Women, some of them scared to approach dudes because it's like they be scared to.
They scared of rejection.
Or yeah,
they can't handle it.
But they might mask it as, oh, I don't want to come on too strong for the dude. Because some dudes don't like women that come on too strong.
But let's face it though, an attractive female, you got most girls who think they're attractive. They know that the females that know they're attractive. They all don't think the same. Yeah, but then you got some nasty girls who think they look good too, man.
You got some attractive girls.
And those are normally the aggressive ones. It's usually the nasty ones. They ain't got nothing to lose with this going on. They gonna shoot their shot regardless. That's just what it is, and because they don't care. They don't care. Like, they don't got nothing to lose.
The nasty ones.
Yeah, they don't got nothing to lose. But
let's talk about the nasty ones.
No, I don't want to.
Women too cocky, man.
The dusty ones.
Loose with the goose.
We ain't gonna talk about the nasty ones. They need love too. Well, yeah, man.
But listen, ladies, that'll earn you some points, man. If you approach a guy and you show that you got some confidence, it'll earn you some points. Some dudes might be a little, like, you know what I mean, intimidated because they gonna think like, oh, like, they gonna automatically think it's an agenda, like, why she coming up to me? Because women don't usually do that. But if you genuine about it, you gonna get some points for that shit. Like, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't.
Can you remember back in the day when the girl sent her best friend over to you? Is that still? Can they still use that?
That's the thing. Women do nut shit. Like if you ask like a woman like if you like a guy, what do? They say I stare at him or I might walk past him. How the fuck are we supposed to notice the difference? And you wonder why all these niggas coming at you because we don't know if you just looking at me because you looking at me or you looking at me because you want me to talk to you. Like how you want us to decipher this shit and then you get mad. Why you think I want to talk to you?
That goes back to the age-old adage of. Which y'all think we mind readers? Females all expect us to be mind readers. So I tell women that goes back to
go ahead with the breadcrumbs, man. That's what women they drop breadcrumbs and shit. And they want you to follow the breadcrumbs. We got time for the breadcrumbs, man.
We ain't necessarily want to be salty either. Like she looking at me, but she may not be looking at me like that. So I'm not about to make myself salty. But yeah, you still got those females that be like, yo, my girlfriend want to talk to you. Yeah. And then this might be on and popping. But if your girlfriend didn't say nothing, what would have happened? I would have went my way. You would have went your way. You know what I mean? That could have been a
But even on top of that, girl stare at you. You go over there and say hello. They give you a face or something. Like it's like they want to play hard to get, and then you find out later on it's like, oh, that's just their face.
Listen, women be talking all this shit. They say they the stronger species. They had babies and all this shit, but you can't handle a little bit of rejection. You scared that if you go talk to a nigga and he don't want to talk to you, then your whole life is over. You reevaluate. That's 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Ask a woman how many times they approached a guy.
I agree with you, but we gotta say 9 out of 10.
No, that's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna be 10 out of 10. It's always an exception to every rule, but. Majority of women have never approached a guy. Never.
Yeah.
A stripper.
I've been approached by girls, but like I said, they were stragglers.
Strippers got mad confidence. So. They gotta have confidence.
See, and that's another thing. Like women might think that if you approaching a guy, then you got they gonna have a certain perception. Like, oh, she coming at me, she must be sweet. Like,
that's like it's a numbers game with them. Like they hit the stage. I ain't saying I've been in the strip club, but I
ain't saying I've been to the strip club. He threw the disclaimer on there quick.
I ain't saying that I've been.
They get more tips when they.
And see, but that's the occupational.
That's how
That's
eat,
what they
man.
gotta do. They gotta be aggressive. They gotta be aggressive.
Klaptrap.
But yeah,
don't say that after that.
You don't want to support.
Again, if the women want equality, you want to do all this shit, you want to be able to do all the shit that men do, then that's part of the game. Go bag you a nigga then. You know what I'm saying? I'm challenging every woman, if you single, to go bag a nigga. You probably can't because you don't got no game. Women don't be having no game. They game be weak as shit.
They don't gotta have no game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
that's the question in the back of your mind. Like, what they got? Like, what you got? Why you coming at me like this? I got a question now.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all fucking niggas is fucking the game up. Like a woman can't approach you without you thinking something crazy. I mean, you gotta talk to her and see what she talking about.
If it's too easy. Pac said that shit.
It's a lot of this is why you gotta have a bunch of diverse opinions because what's right and what's wrong? What's the right way and what's the wrong way? Because then you got other men out there like, where's the real men at? Real men go after what they want. Like you got people like that also. So. I agree with what you saying because if you most established women that they got a lot going on for themselves, right? Those are typically the high desired ones. They have it set up already in their mind that they not going to settle whatever the case may be. But that's why I agree with you because now you in a situation where you let the situation come to you, that person come to you. That may not be what you exactly looking for. It may meet a few qualifications, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's not really what I want. I want that guy over there, but he's not paying me no mind.
That's what I'm saying. If a chick was in there and it's only one nigga in the whole place that she would talk to, and if that nigga don't come over to her, guess what? She just lost out. She's just gonna lose out. She's just gonna be like, all right, fuck it. It wasn't meant to be. The nigga ain't seen me, ain't noticed me, he ain't want me, so it ain't meant to be.
At the end of the day, this goes for
to me, that's a dumbass mentality. Imagine living your whole life waiting for shit to come to you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a closed mouth don't get fed. And that goes for both sexes. Closed mouth ain't gonna get fed.
I'm trying to tell y'all ladies, man.
I don't believe in it meant to be. There ain't no such thing as meant to be. What's meant to be is gonna happen. Whatever you do, that's what's meant to be.
Yeah, work at it.
Whatever you do.
You gotta go after what you want. Whether it's relationships, whether it's your career, house you want, that credit score that you want. You gotta work on. You gotta go after what you want.
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna get the promotion in the company know what I'm saying? You scared to go talk to a nigga at the bar, but how you gonna talk to your boss when you want more bread? You know what I'm saying? Or you feel like you deserve that position. Like, I mean, that shit don't just
I guess it's
stick
different
in one lane.
talking to a stranger than talking to somebody that you see every day. Like a girl it might be a problem like walking up to a stranger like, oh, you know, whatever they open line might be. But it's like when you know when you like, because a lot of the people that get together normally work together, or because you around each other so much. So usually girls do little subtle shit or give you real clear hand signals when you work with them or when you around them all the time. You know what's up.
Yeah, that's another thing too, because every female that works in our office got a work husband. They got the work husband and they got their regular boyfriend. So that's a whole nother argument. Girls have a problem with, not all, like you said, 9 out of 10 got a problem coming up to strangers. But if you around her all the time, like if y'all, for example, working together, it's a vibe. Like you gonna feel the vibe. She gonna send a vibe. Just off of getting to know a person.
You know what it is? It's just lowering her inhibitions because she got a less feeling that she's gonna get rejected.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She'd be like, oh, I see this person on a regular basis. Right. They don't really have a reason to just be like, nah, I ain't talking to you. You know what I'm saying? It's about being comfortable. Like,
and
life ain't about being comfortable.
She can fill you out, like, over there just talk to you for a couple minutes.
A lot of stuff happened by accident, though, because, 9 times out of 10, you having a general conversation, you may say something and start off as a joke. Like the guy could be talking about his relationship.
And then she laughed too hard.
Yeah, and then she or not even that. It could be that she may make a little slick joke, and he'd be like, girl, you don't want none of this, something like that. Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised. And that's how it began. Like, that's when you left that door open, and now, even though he's in the situation or she in the situation, but you just threw that little bone out there. And if he went after that bone, or you threw the bait out there, and he bit on the bait, or she bit on the bait, now you got something. It don't matter because of the situation. All right, y'all both curious.
Right.
He attractive, you're attractive. And it may not be serious or nothing like that, though, but that's usually like how a lot of
work relationships,
infidelities, begin. It start off all as a joke, and then
it's like supposed to be like that.
Man, it start off at home. If your shit at home ain't solid, then you gonna be looking elsewhere to do that shit.
And that's why
if your shit solid at home, you ain't even entertaining all that.
That's why I shouldn't be. And see, that goes back to something you said a few minutes ago. It was a question you had proposed when you had said it was more so along the lines of if you're married, right, and like you had said that it shouldn't, like, it don't matter. Like all men and women, like you like if you're married, you shouldn't. I have a tunnel vision. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm married, and I'm in love. Me personally, I'm speaking for myself from experience. I don't see nothing else. So that temptation. I was never married, but you can still be in love with someone and not be married though. But I mean, when you at that point in the relationship, you don't see nothing else. Me personally, I've had tunnel vision where you don't see anything else.
How long do that last?
Till somebody fucks up.
Yeah, as long as it's supposed to. I feel you.
Yeah,
because if I got a woman that's doing everything that I need her to do and I want her to do, then I'm good. Like she don't even got to be my lady. You know what I'm saying? And all the other shit don't really matter. Like
I think you got to be at a point in your life for that. Because there's a lot of niggas out here that fuck up good shit.
That's because they women ain't doing everything. They women ain't doing it. It's not even that they women not doing everything.
I'm like, you can't keep saying that because.
But it's something not there. It's something not there. It's not just opportunities always gonna be there. Opportunities gonna be there your whole life. It's gonna be women around your whole life.
Niggas take it 9 times out of 10. He going 8 times out of 10.
And why are they taking it?
Because it's there.
So niggas not just taking it because it's always going to be there, and it's always been there.
It's always no. But all right, can I say this?
They might. I'm not saying
if that was the case, a nigga would never go a week without being unfaithful. If that was the case, if niggas just take the opportunity because it's there, because it's always there.
It gotta be the right circumstances.
It could be any circumstance. You go to the strip club, it's there. You go to the club, it's there.
Ladies,
anywhere, it's there.
Don't believe it's your fault if your man cheat. That's not always the case.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's something that's not there for him. It might not even be his lady fault. It might be something inside of him. But if everything is right, then you don't got no reason. It don't matter if the opportunity is there.
If it's inside of him, how does that not make you, like, because women gonna listen to this and go, if it's inside of the dude, because the way you make it sound is like if everything at home solid, so women gonna listen to it and be like, oh, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, she could be doing what she's supposed to do, and then man was still like. Not every man, but men would still like dip off every once in a while.
That's why I'm saying like
that shit happen.
That's why I always say when women be like, well, why do men cheat? And they feel like it's not necessarily the woman's fault.
It's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like a woman could do everything that she's supposed to do, and a nigga still cheat, and it don't be her fault.
The two relationships that I was in. Out of every situation I've been, which has been a lot of situations, it's only twice I felt that way. And like I said, it was tunnel vision. You see other bad women walking around like, yo, she bad as shit, but she ain't bad as my girl. Those two situations, I can honestly say I didn't fuck up. I didn't fuck those situations up because I had that time. It was something that they did that threw me off and derailed the whole relationship. It wasn't nothing that I can say that. Every other situation I can say I messed up. But those two situations where I can say I was in love, I didn't see nothing else.
I get you 100%. And when you're saying like being in love and having that much compassion and commitment to somebody, I don't think I would put myself in a position to cheat. Now put yourself in that mindset of being in love with somebody. You got that tunnel vision, and it's a piece of pussy sitting right in front of your face, and she trying to pop you right in there. What do you do in that circumstance? Like how
I get what you saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you saying.
Because I know what you mean. I feel that. And right now, currently, I would never ever put myself in a position to cheat.
But that's just like saying people die in car accidents every day, so I'm not going to drive my car. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like self-control is being able to be in a situation and get through it and not fold. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you really know that your shit is solid. When you tempted and you like, no, I'm good. Because real rap, that shit is a lot of work, dog.
Oh,
even
100%.
like cheating, all that other shit, that shit is
Because
a
you
lot
gotta
of work.
remember your lies and all that. You gotta remember
That's
to keep
too
your
much
phone
work,
line.
dog.
Yeah.
So if you really doing that shit, it's because you really want to. If you don't really want to cheat, you're not gonna do it, dog.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Back to what you
That's
said
what I'm
though. Like when you really happy and you say not to put, that means like not go. You can still go out and have fun with the fellas. Right. It might be one of your mans having a bachelor party. You know you going to a strip club or something like that. That's his last night of freedom or something like that. Like I said, I've been there in that road before, and like I said, I always come back to a comparison. Like, yo, she bad, but you ain't worth my girl. Like,
listen,
my girl's the one.
I got a lot of married homies, dog. Like when niggas have a birthday or whatever, niggas go to the strip club. You can tell when a married nigga get out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get a little air. He stay inside his lines, but you can see that. You know what I mean? Like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm respecting my lady, but I'm going to have a little fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always a line, like, that you know not to cross. Even, like, you could be out having fun, and then you even having a conversation with a chick, and then you feel it kind of going left, and you're like, all right, look, I got to shut this shit down right here, because I already know. Like, you know what I mean? This shit could go left. Like, you know what the line is. You know what not to cross.
So everything got to be perfect at home. So you
gotta be perfect.
Just gotta be right. Gotta be ideal.
You know what you got with that person, what you built with that person, and how you feel about that person. It's not necessarily a butterfly effect, so to speak, but it's you know how you felt when you met that person, and y'all been together for a while. And you still feel that way. You still feel like every day is a surprise, and that you can't wait to see that person. And you got a long day where you can't wait to get home to your girl.
So basically, cheating got to do with however the person that's cheating feel. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So it's nothing you can really do to prevent it.
It could be the other person too. Like I said.
No, it could be. But like we just said, that person, you probably want to work it out with that person. So you like, oh, we working on this. We going to counseling. So I'm not going to do that right now. So that's what I'm saying. It starts and finishes with the person who cheat.
You know how to prevent it? Communication.
Yeah,
that's 100%. What's going to prevent it. That's the only real thing you can do to prevent it. Other than it's like just have an open line of communication, so that if your partner feels the urge that they feel like they need to cheat or they feel in some type of way, then you could communicate to your partner and y'all work it out.
You can communicate with your partner, but at the end of the day, you still got people who, man or woman, who you can communicate, but that person may have something else on his mind. He's not being completely honest. So if he's not being honest, that's where it all begins. Trust and honesty. Those are the foundations of relationships. If you don't have that, someone's going to lie. And they're going to tell you what you want to hear. Because they don't want to lose you because you offer them something that's fulfilling their needs right now in the moment. But you know they not you don't know that they're being honest because they telling you what you want to hear, or they might give you a little something that you may not necessarily want to hear, but they know that that's going to keep you around. It could be financial, or it could just be like
they don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, or it could just be physical. Like, all right, you like having sex.
That's
with
what I'm saying.
person,
But what if you got that type of relationship with your person? I mean, with your woman, and you like, damn, like you come like, look, babe, I don't know, man. I feel like, I mean, shit getting a little stale. I might need some new pussy. She might give you a hall pass. She might give you a hall pass, like, all right, or we get somebody together, or some shit like that.
Depend on the woman. For sure.
That's what I'm saying, but it might. But you got to be able to have that conversation to even know if that's the thing.
There's people in relationships like that have open relationships like that. I don't know how it works.
But what you do if she say no? You cheat or no?
I mean, it depends on the person.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, you can't,
because of what you just presented, I don't think that'll work unless both people are completely open and okay with you sleeping with another person.
I know if I go to my girl and say I want some new pussy, that shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying.
And if she come to me and say, you know what I mean, that shit ain't gonna fly either.
What I'm saying though, there's people that actually have relationships that's completely okay with the other person stepping out,
right?
And it's not stepping out if the other person know about it. And y'all talk about
and you don't even have to be as blatant as I was. Like I say, it's like guy trips, or girl trips. Yeah. People know what go down on these trips. You know what I'm saying? As the significant other, you know the possibility of that shit going down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. So unless you know about it, then the shit ain't happen. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same shit. Like, yo, I'm taking a guy's trip. In the back of a woman's mind, she might be like, all right, he might be out there doing some shit. But at the same time, she like, I don't really know, so I'm not going to concern myself with. I mean, yeah, technically, but if she got a idea that it could happen, and you know that it could happen, then I mean, it is what it is. Y'all kind of have like a mutual agreement that the shit might happen. If it do, I don't want to know about it. Yeah.
But do they got to do something with your house not being solid if you go out and do it?
Not necessarily.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like if it's at home, that's something different. If it's at home, that's something different. If you in your city, it's like that shit never gonna end. If you out somewhere else in a different state or a different country, you probably never gonna see that person again. So it's not the same thing.
Well, the yams is ill though, and like it's in the back of your mind.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I think we overcomplicating. We overthinking and overcomplicating. I think it's really simple for me.
It's very simple. Really if somebody cheat, I agree with you. It might have something to do at home.
There's a little bit of
but 9 times out of 10, it's to do with the person who cheated.
Yeah,
No, I can't agree with that.
It's more so on that person who cheated, I would say.
It is.
I can't agree with that. You saying 9 times out of 10 that it's that person?
What is it then?
It could be the other person.
No, I'm saying it could be that.
No, you said 9 times
out
of 10.
Yeah, so 1 time out of 10 is the other person.
It's an exception. So that's the exception, the 9. So
it could be the other person, but it's like you said, communication. If you don't communicate, that's within you. That's also your fault.
Well, I said it's simple because I'm simple-minded. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good. I'm saying you're saying the reasoning why people cheat is
I'm
because
saying,
of the other person.
Well, no, I'm saying it got to do with the person who cheated.
Yeah, he's saying the person who cheated is usually their fault.
Because if you don't like what's going on at home, especially for certain person, you're like, yo, I'm out.
No, and I agree with that 100%. Like you can't. Only person that's accountable for your actions is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
all right. So yeah, let the white say yeah.
No, I feel like you saying that. Are you saying that it's the person that cheated, but the other person is cool? Like they cheating because they just cheating. It don't got nothing to do with the other person. Well, they just cheating because they cheating. Like
I'm
like
not
they not cheating because they chick ain't giving them head or they ain't getting no pussy in 3 weeks from their lady. You trying to say that's not the reason that 9 times out of 10 the reason that the person is cheating is because they just want to cheat. Or they making that decision.
Bro, so with that situation, that means something is wrong on the home front, and you're not being honest with your girl about it. Like, so if
that's
I'm not getting no pussy and no head, that's not my fault because you know I have a high sex drive and you're not giving.
That's what I'm saying.
So do you stay with that person?
But as a man, though, you gotta say something. To your
that's
girl,
what I'm saying.
So you have to let her know, like, yo, I'm not.
That's a conversation.
I'm not.
That's why I said communication. I said communication.
Because like I said, when I'm if I'm happy, if I'm truly happy, I don't see nothing else. That's why I say it's simple for me. For me personally, it's simple because if I'm happy and
look,
like I don't
if
see
if you're not getting no pussy at home, and
that mean you're not
if
happy.
listen, if you right. If you married and you're not getting no pussy at home, and you go out and cheat, you got to be logical. Like I can lose half of everything I fucking own. So you got to go to that person and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" First of all, it shouldn't take a whole week for you, 3 weeks for you to go to a person and say that. It's a time frame, and then you go to the person like, "Yo, I need out."
But you just talked about the opportunity. It might be 1 week. You know what I mean? She was working late, so she come home, she tired. The next week or whatever, like, you know what I mean, the shit just don't happen. Then by the third week, it's like, all right, it's been 3 weeks, and then you got the opportunity. You out with the homies, and then the shorty, you know what I mean? And then the shit is already added up, so you don't have time to sit down and think about, like, all right, yeah, let me have this conversation, because it might have just only been, 2 weeks. It might have been 1 week she was working. The next week it was something else. She had to go to her in-laws' house or some shit like that. She was out of town for a family reunion, some shit like that. And then it ended up being 3 weeks, and then you in the situation.
So that's her fault you cheated.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, that's the opportunity. So
right.
You don't always have the chance to sit down and talk about it and say, yo, look, I'm frustrated and shit like that. So the frustration might already be there, and the opportunity pop up before you even have a chance to discuss it.
And it's your fault that you took the opportunity.
I mean,
you don't have to necessarily take that opportunity, but that's where the communication, like you said, that's where the communication comes in.
I mean, what you do? I'm the dude that goes. I'm the contrarian. What do you do if what do you do if your girl have an accident and she hurt? And she can't have, like, you gonna cheat on her?
Be honest, no. If you know you're not gonna be happy in that situation, your self happiness is paramount. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be considerate to someone else's feelings, but if let's just say she paralyzed from the waist down, I mean those organs still work down there, but then you want to still be out and about and have fun with that person. Now does that make you a selfish person? Probably, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Well, no. What I'm trying to say is. What I'm trying to say is just because you ain't had sex in 3 weeks don't mean that you get to go cheat.
Oh, no.
That's all I'm saying.
Because nobody is justifying the cheating. I'm just saying that
it got to do with the person that cheated.
No. No, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, they're making a decision, but there's always underlying circumstances, 9 times out of 10.
I mean, people have their reasons for doing things. You can always say it happened because you did this.
But like he said, he's not justifying it. So you're not justifying, but at the end of the day, you control your decision, and you know what you're doing is wrong. Because at the end of the day, if you didn't think you was doing what you was doing was wrong, you would be upfront with that person. Why keep it concealed to yourself? Why lie about it?
And I think one thing that was mentioned was the communication thing. It's a must.
For sure.
We just maybe my wife just had that conversation. What if something happened to one of us? What would happen?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you gonna go out and be fucking niggas? That's what you gonna be doing? I said I'm gonna be right in the house in my wheelchair, right there. You know what I mean, with the situation. But we was making some jokes about it. But on a more serious note, if anything was to happen, I would want her to be happy at the end of the day. Yeah.
So you would leave
That's
her?
what I'm saying. So you as the person who had the accident and can't do what you used to do, you not selfish by saying, yo, like, you can't go fuck with nobody else, or you can't have no pleasure no more because I'm fucked up. Like, I mean, that's a fine line to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I mean, I understand it's a fucked up situation, but at the end of the day, it's like, that shit is tough. Like,
but that's why I said at the end of the day, it's your happiness. So, and that's something I'm not even in a relationship with my baby moms because those are my daughters, and because my happiness is what matters to me. And at the end of the day, does that make me a selfish person? Probably, but that's something that I gotta have with God at the end of the day.
I agree with you. I agree with both of y'all saying, but if just to go back to hurt like a person in a wheelchair, or a person saying not being happy with don't want you to be happy, that's conversation to be had. Do you still want to be in that relationship? That still don't give you an excuse to go out and do your thing. I think the
right thing to do is tell that person how you feel, and then just move on.
You gotta think about it from. Like, if it happened, from your end, it's like...
And it goes back to what I originally said, is the majority of the time that people cheat is because the reason that they cheat, and they can't convey that to their significant other without it having negative repercussions. They can't say, yo, this is what I want, or this ain't happening without something negative happening. If it was a healthy conversation and I could come to you and say, yo, this is my issue and we can work it out, then I don't feel the need to have to go outside of the relationship to find what I want. We can sit here, we can talk about it, we can go from there. But if I tell you something and then it's going to give a negative reaction and make shit worse, then I'm not going to want to talk about it. I'm going to go do my thing on the side without you knowing about it, and then that's my happiness, that's my peace, and then that's how we going to keep it together at home. That's most people's point of view. From my perspective. They can't communicate what it is that's missing in a relationship without it having a negative effect on the relationship. And it's not actually going to fix the problem. It's going to make it worse. So they rather not say it and just go get their shit on the side and then enjoy everything else at home. And then that way everybody's happy. You don't know about it. I mean, that's the thing. People feel like, I mean, they never going to find out. So everything is going to be good. You're not going to know. I'm going to do my shit here and there. And then, you know what I mean? That be that.
I agree, because I think, like, in that one situation that I was stating, I think that's what I was doing, you know, avoiding confrontation and just being like, okay, I accept who you are. This is what it's going to be. All right, let it be that. But I still need a way to get through to tomorrow. So I'm going to do this. It's not physical. It's a mental thing. You know what I mean? Because same thing, all right, it's not a physical thing. I don't think she out effing nobody, but they talking. So, all right, I'm going to talk too. So just to get to tomorrow.
It's like you said. I think that's an insecurity that
it is,
that you can't have those that you're scared of the argument.
See, every relationship is about compromise, because every action has a reaction. So what you were saying earlier, most people don't want to, because they don't know how to articulate that message without it having negative consequences or repercussions. What you're saying. So with that being said, it's like that's where the compromise come at, because when you meet that person, there's gonna be some things that she does that you might not jive with, and vice versa. So that's where there has to be a happy medium, because at the end of the day, you kind of can't be afraid of those repercussions, because I think that's going to create a worse result if you don't talk about it, regardless of the consequences. You still should talk about it, because if not, then the situation, whatever the issue is just going to, if you not conveying that message, it's just going to exacerbate the situation. It's going to get worse. So it's better to just get your feelings off your chest, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't get it off your chest. No matter what happens, you might lose that person, but if you really love the person, you really care about the person, this should be some type of compromise. But you don't want to change the person, though.
Yeah, right? And if you're not happy anyway, then what are you losing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the compromise, I say the compromise has to be something that's minor. Like something you have to be willing to compromise on. Like you can't compromise something major for a relationship, because then it's going to lead to resentment. Like if you say like, yo, all right, so we live here, we get in a relationship, and you got a big job offer out in California, and that's a major compromise. All your family is here, but that's the career she been looking for her whole life, and then you make that move out to California, and now she's happy, but now you feel like a little piece of you is missing. Like all your people is at home, you got up and you left everything for her. So now you got resentment because you compromised on something that was major to you. But if it's something small, like yo, I like to play the game 5 nights a week, and she like, yo, can you spend a couple nights and do this? And you like, all right, instead of 5 nights, I might do 3, or I might do 2, or something like that. That's a minor compromise. That's not something major. Like that shit ain't going like change your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something you can compromise on. So when you have a relationship and y'all agreeing on something, and y'all both going through changes, it got to be something minor that you not really going to miss. Because if it's something major, like deep down inside, that's going to be something that you still want to do. And a lot of people, that compromise is major, and it's actually changing them as a person, and they're not changing because they want to change, they're changing for you. So when they change for you and it don't work out, then that leads to resentment.
Yeah, exactly, because you didn't switch your whole life up for them. You sacrifice for them, basically. And then if it can backfire. You're the one taking all the risks. They're not taking no risks. They're pursuing what they want to pursue. So yeah, I agree with you 1,000% on that, actually. It's so because
we're going to start winding it down in a minute, y'all.
At the end of the day, I mean, you don't want to change a person.
Exactly.
Because that's where the resentment comes in.
Exactly.
Like you met that person how they are, and they may. It's always gonna be something when you meet someone. There's always gonna be things about them that you're not gonna be too friendly of, too kind of, and you wish you could change it. But at the end of the day, if that person really loves you, they're gonna change it. They want to be.
Yeah, they gotta want to change themselves. Like you can't try to force that shit on them.
Because when I feel like you're trying to force me to change, that's gonna make me fall back. That's just gonna be pushing me away. Mm-hmm. Like because if I really want to be with you and I really love you, I'm going to change. Yeah, I'm going to change because I want to stay with you. But again, like he said, when you do something, you uproot your whole life, though, that's a whole nother level. That compromise is a little bit tricky. That's
why I said it can't be a major compromise. Like you can't compromise on something that's major or that's super important to you because it's just not. At the end of the day, I feel like it's not going to work out because at the end of the day, like that's what you really want to do. And if you compromising on that, then you're gonna feel like they got to do the same. If you feel like they compromise ain't as much as yours, then it's always gonna be an issue there. I did this for you, and all you did was. Then you're going tit for tat.
They're going to throw it back in because they're definitely going to throw it back in the face. I'm not perfect. I'm petty to a point where I'll throw stuff back in your face. But, relationships definitely ain't easy. They definitely aren't easy. But if you can work through them, then it's definitely something that's worth fighting for. You know you love that person. You can see yourself with it. But it's so much deeper than that. What I'm saying right now is nothing. It sounds good. Sounds peaches and cream and everything like that, but it's never that easy. It's never that easy.
Especially when you talk about marriage. Marriage is that lifetime commitment where you basically saying, we won. All your flaws, all your insecurities, all your wants, all your needs becomes our wants, our needs, our life. How does it make it work for us? I had my life before, you had your life before, now how we gonna make it one?
Speaking of getting married, do y'all make y'all bank accounts one?
Hell no. No, we actually have a joint. We have Bank of America. We have her personal, and a joint one, but it's all connected. So we link all of our bills and stuff into the joint savings. But now we just about to get just one account, and everything is gonna get synced out of that.
That reminded me of the episode of Martin when they was selling out to everybody this shit, and Gina bought some shit, and that nigga got that big ass TV.
Damn, I was saying.
What was the name?
The Hashitashi.
Hashitashi, yeah. Hashitashi, a big ass.
You feel a way about that, bro?
With the one bank account, John?
Yeah.
I like asking people that's married.
Yeah, you on the fence.
We asking you.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not married. I don't know.
So you on the fence about it, man. You don't know.
I want to know what worked.
I'm not married, so you asking the wrong guy.
What work for you?
But y'all the OGs.
No, what will work for you?
But y'all the OGs.
No, you always want to do the asking questions. then we ask the question, all your shit will be hypothetical. Get into it.
I'm talking to the OGs.
Nah. He try to toe the line. I see you try to play it safe. No, brother.
What's up, fellas?
Come on, dog. What's up?
If you ask me, I don't have a problem. Me personally, if I get married, I don't see a problem with me.
I like what Elio said. I like when he said y'all got the one joint that y'all just dump.
What Elio said, but what are you gonna do? What do you?
That's what I'm saying. I like that. I like what he said.
It's hard because it took a while for that. Like
I don't want one bank account. I don't think that's gonna work.
I didn't want my wife seeing my transactions.
No, but some people is real irresponsible with money, man. Sure. So you gotta it might take a little conversation and some financial literacy training before y'all do all that, because you get a joint account and you start seeing dumb shit coming out there. Cause it's funny.
Needed this.
It's funny that we talking about DM and all this shit. Cause I know a chick, whatever, and she married now. But you know, we go way back or whatever. So you know, we comment on little shit like that and the DM, and she just said like she bought like a coffee machine. It was like $300. I was like, yo, I know your husband be snapping. She was like, yeah, but whatever. But it's like certain shit. Like, why the fuck are you buying a $300 coffee maker?
Yeah.
Like.
Or a $700 stroller.
She want to buy and she said she buy pillows and shit for every season and shit. Like, I mean, certain shit I understand you keeping up the house, but it's certain shit it's like, yo.
Got one of the McLaren strollers.
That's what we got right in the trunk.
It's a McLaren. I know it's one of them. He said $700. As soon as you said that, I already know.
And that's why I said before that I feel like women should have some kind of some financial responsibility in a relationship, even if it's paying one bill. Because when it ain't they money,
yeah.
they be going dummy, like, you know what I'm saying? It's the house money. They're like, oh yeah, You know what I mean? You don't feel like you connected to that shit. That's like somebody giving you $1,000 to spend at the casino. You don't care about blowing that shit because it ain't yours to begin with. You know what I'm saying? You like, all right, fuck it. I ain't lose $1,000. That nigga that gave me the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how people look at money when the shit ain't theirs. That's why I say I feel like a woman should have some kind of financial responsibility in a relationship if y'all paying bills and shit. So she got accountability and she know that, you know what I mean, some money gonna have to come out her pocket.
By the time y'all get to that point though, y'all should have all those issues ironed out anyway. She should know your spending habits and you should know her.
You would be surprised how many people don't have them kind of conversations, man. They jump into shit. You know what I mean?
You're right though.
And then start cheating.
You know what I mean? Motherfucker got a gambling problem, you don't know.
That one, Mark. I don't know about that one.
I don't know about it either. I'm just saying, I'm a hypothetical guy.
You a hypothetical guy.
Yo, we really got to start winding down, man. We had an hour 5.
Man, we was at an hour and a half last week.
And what happened last time?
What?
The battery down the camera, right?
Oh yeah. All right, so that's gonna probably do it for this week since
because I can't even
don't want to get an extended battery for the camera.
I'm poor, dog.
It's like, but yeah, we're gonna wrap it up this week. Same channel, same time. We black, so don't quote me on the same time. But
this one might be on YouTube. I hope.
It ain't no mic, but it should be. People want to see us. They want to put voices to faces.
I hope it's gonna be up there.
But anyway, we'll be back next week. Y'all know where to find us. It's the Klaptrap.
I knew he was gonna. I thought he was gonna say it's the clap.
That's what I was waiting for.
I thought he was gonna say that. I'm like,
let me back up on the camera. He said
Shout yourself off the camera.
Man, I ain't part of the clap.
All right,
Klaptrap.
We out.
All right.